practicing forgiving with truth. So far, we have done so much of practice to be in our heart center. And every week we are building upon that same practice, right? So I welcome all the new masters who are joining the group, and the information is shared in the group to start the session from introduction. If you want to join the live session just for meditation, you can sit and do your own practice starting from introduction. Don't miss the introduction part, it has every detail in that. So this book is very much tightly closed with the book. So if you don't have the book, you will get the information to request for the book. And with that, we'll start today's session. So we are made in the image of God, and all the God qualities are ours. And love is the basic composition of the whole creation. The fundamental factor, common factor, is love. That's why so far we have not talked about oneness. When we are connected, we are in that state of love. We are in oneness. And we are all connected with each other with the same love of the Creator in the creation. So this line, how much we trust so far what we have done. So far, so I think few of the last paragraphs, this week you will begin more specific communication with the higher self, with your higher self. Up to now, your communication has been about the truth, the nature of creation, and how you fit into it. So this is the base of the practice, what we are doing in this week. How much ever we find it difficult to forgive people who have hurt us very bad in the past. But the past is gone, and we are here in this present moment creating our new future. And we also have the capability to create with our thoughts. So where we need to work is to correct our thought. So while I was reading this yesterday, I found that every chapter, how beautiful it is connected. So when it says that you are made in the image of God and you are made perfectly, but then it says that, you have some thoughts that you need to correct. You have imperfect thinking. So that is where everything comes, all the pain, all the suffering comes in our life. And again, if you see in few of the paragraphs where the old form of forgiveness is mentioned in that paragraph, it says that's such an illusion. It gives power to a mistake. If we forgive in the wrong way, I'll read out that paragraph. In the past, when you have forgiven, you have said, you have done wrong to me, but I want you to know I don't want to hold a grudge. So I am going to try to forget that horrible thing you did to me. That's the intention we keep, that we really don't want to be in that old grudge, and we want to free ourselves, and we are trying to forget. Such a thought recognizes an illusion. That's an illusion. That's not the truth. It gives power to a mistake. It gives power to a mistake. We are giving power to a mistake, to a thinking, right? It is impossible, that anyone could do harm to you without your consent. That gives power to me. And, if we think the illusion is truth, it gives power to the mistake. And now it says that don't think that anyone can hurt you without your consent. It is impossible. Such a form of forgiveness is not forgiveness at all. And then it talks about understand the creation, understand where you fit and everybody fit, and then do the forgiveness, right? I have invited you in my life to do certain roles, and then you start with the saying that, I have made a mistake in my thinking to allow you seemingly hurt me. And I recognize you are merely doing what I invited, and that in reality, neither you nor anyone can hurt me. I am perfect now, always have been, and always will be. You can't change that. I now recognize that life is for giving love to you. So I remain love no matter what has happened. I make a choice to be love. And that is where this chapter ends. To be love. You started with love, you be love, and you remain love forever. So this is a little summary insight again. As I read, I got connected with previous chapters. In chapter number 5 also it says that you have imperfect thinking, and here again chapter number 1 says you are more beautiful than a flower in the heaven. Then why things are going in the wrong direction? If you think, you will be able to connect every chapter so very well it is written. So welcome to the session again, and then we can move on to meditation. I see Shailesh, you want to say something?
Yes, a quick reminder to the participants, especially the new ones, that this week we are not doing a regular session. This week's session is a repeat of last week. We decided to extend the last week's practice by one more week. So usually, otherwise, on this day of every week, we do the reading of the new chapter. Today we are not doing reading of the new chapter. We are continuing from where we left the last week. We want to make sure that this particular chapter is very well understood. This is a complete change to our existing paradigm of forgiveness. Total shift from mistake based concept to love based concept. We are shifting now. So that shift is not easy for everyone to either understand or digest or accept. And that's the reason we are extending the practice so that everyone can sort of come on board with this basic understanding. This basic understanding changes the total paradigm of how we lead our life, how we live this life. In this chapter, we are learning to take ownership of everything that is going on in our life. That ownership comes from accepting that I create my own reality, and that's where we are working on. So please be aware that this is repetition of chapter 6 we are doing, but because it is the most important and most fundamental concept that needs to become absolutely strong in our understanding. Like that change must be accepted. Without that, other chapters that we build upon in future will sort of create a confusion in the mind. So this is the fundamental. That's the reason we are doing a repeat. So yeah, please proceed, Preeti.
Thank you. So we got the point, and today again we need to sit with a pen and paper or our notebook, unified notebook, which is recommended, and make a note of whatever is happening every day. It will be a nice compilation how we progress. So we can go into meditation. Just sit comfortably wherever you are. You can just dim the light a little bit. Sip some water if you want. Just make yourself comfortable and relax. Free yourself from everything in your mind. Let go of the day that is already past and the worry of the future. Just be here where your body is. Bring your mind here. Connect with your heart. Take a slow, long, deep breath in. Sit comfortably with crossed legs, fingers into fingers, eyes closed. There's a shower all around us, shower of love and all the blessings from the masters, helping us, guiding us to move forward, to upgrade ourselves, to live in the zone with harmony, the zone of you being a creator. Our thought creates our reality, and the earth, the new earth, is shifting to that. Frequency, to that zone where we will see our life changing every day based on our thinking. So we can choose to celebrate Navratri, Holi, Diwali every day. There is no specific day for any particular celebration. We celebrate our divinity with all the God qualities every single day. Every day, we sit with ourselves, very close, to see our thoughts, not to run away from it, for that also we need to bring our total existence here in this present moment. Let us all be here with one group consciousness of love. Inhale deep, slow, and long. Gulp down this shower of love. Let your belly expand, chest expand, neck and shoulder relax. And exhale. With the same love that we received. Sip on another slow, long, deep breath of love and become more of love from top to bottom. Relax your body, face, chest, stomach, back, bottom, entire leg and feet. And release the sweet nectar of love, the syrup of love as you exhale. Every breath, feel it. It's not just the breath. Inhale love. Put this love in every organs, every joints, every cells, every tissues, in the deepest of the layer of our physical existence. Put this love. As you hold the breath and then release. Anything, any emotions that we have, if we add love to it, it becomes divine God quality. Love is purifying, amplifying factor. Now, take this love and take it, put it in all of your thoughts and affirm, I have all the thoughts of love love, in my life, for all the beings in the creation. I learned from the nature to love unconditionally. I become more giving. Feel the expansion in the heart space as every word is heard by every organ, every cell in the body. Now you may relax your breathing, bring your awareness to your heart center, and relax there. You may sit there and watch everything around you. Watch every breath that is happening spontaneously. As you inhale, you might feel a little vibration in this heart space. Feel that vibration. That feeling is love. Keep your attention there. Feel more of it. Let it expand. You may feel your heartbeat. cooling sensation, void, or maybe just nothing. Still sit there and watch everything. Watch the shower of love entering through the nostril to the heart, cleansing this space, just like we clean our dishes. It is filling love in our total existence, aligning with who we truly are. When we align with all the God qualities, all our thinking, all our being comes to the perfection of a whole human being as he is created. As the whole creation is created. Whenever you feel anxious, come back to long, deep breathings. Let us continue and affirm within ourselves, maybe loudly or quietly. I am made in the image of God, and all the God qualities are mine. Let us repeat it. Feel it. I am made in the image of God, and all the God qualities are mine. God is love, and I am love. Feel your total existence. That is love. We are the perfection God created. God is perfect, whole, and complete. And I am perfect, whole, and complete. God is abundance, and I am abundance. Everything out there is for me, and I open myself to receive it. Ask your higher self for the signal. My dear higher self, please give me your signal now. Thank your higher self as you receive the signal. When the communication is ended, ask for all the names of the people we want to forgive. So say within, my beautiful higher self, please give me the name of all the people I want to forgive. Just observe your thought and the faces you may receive. Just get the name. No need to start forgiveness right now, right away. Just see the name, whoever comes. You may remember of any event. You may have a vision of unknown people, something happening that is hurting you. Just observe. At this point of time, you may note down the people's name you have received. If you want to write down about the event, just write a few things, keywords of the experience you are having in that event. Any event or any person in your life with whom you feel uncomfortable, you feel you are shrinked, you are attacked. You're not able to express yourself. You feel limited. Just by taking the name, you may feel that the feeling of love is going down. Your smile is lost. Your peace is gone. Your conscious mind may not know it. As our awareness is mostly on others, but everything is recorded every moment. What we think, what we feel, and what we see, what we do. So you may find very old experience getting alive. You may find difficulty in breathing. Just take control of your breath. Breathe in deep and exhale deep, slow and long. Everything is perfect. We can move further to forgive people. We may have grudges in our heart. So keep this knowing within you. As you say the word of forgiveness to all those people I want to forgive. I know I have made a mistake in my thinking that allowed you to hurt me. I recognize that you are only doing what I invited, and in reality, neither you nor anyone else can hurt me. I am perfect now, have always been perfect, and will always be perfect. You cannot change that. I now recognize that love is forgiving, that life is forgiving love to you. I now recognize that life is forgiving love to you. Now bring each person one by one in front of you and say within or out loud, I send you love from my heart. Take name, and I forgive you, knowing it is impossible for you to infringe on my perfection. One by one, take name and repeat, and feel the love pouring from your heart as you see that person's face or as you see the event happening in front of you. You're just allowing yourself to be love. No need to go in front and confront. Just do whatever you want to do here. Talk to person, send love, do your best wishes. You may feel like saying goodbye and thanks. You may repeat, I send you love from my heart. Take the person's name, and I forgive you. I know it is impossible for you to infringe on my perfection. Just send love, knowing that everything and everybody is created in the image of God. And maybe he has lost his divinity by just his imperfect thinking. That we are aware now. We are ready to let go of all the grudges. There's nothing that anyone has done wrong. We are on the journey of correcting our thoughts, improving the way we think, aligning with the God qualities. As God made us as a creator in His image, we take the responsibility to have a perfect thinking, and all that we do. You may breathe in deep, relax, and allow to be yourself at ease, in peace, in love. At this point of time, you may choose to send love to all the lovely people around you. And send love to all the thought forms around you. Enjoy your perfection as you claim it. And all that is needed is there for you to support you, to fill you with love. Let us express our gratitude for our higher self, for feeding us the name of all the people we want to forgive, to be in love all the time. Thank our higher self for the signal, for the guidance. Let us thank Babaji for giving us this practice of forgiving with truth in this week 6. As we receive it with love, now it is up to us what we do with it. Lots of thanks and gratitude and love to you, Babaji. Thank you. Thanks to each one of you for being here today, for doing this practice all together. Now let us close our aura. To all, except my higher self, I close my aura to all, except my higher self. Be in the state of love, expansion, perfection, joy, in the state of our higher self. Take a slow, long, deep breath in and out. You may thank to people, whoever you may feel like, to all the people we may forgive. You can thank them for coming in our life, for teaching what we had to learn. Now we are ready to move on. To to a newer version of ourselves with new learning, with redesigning our thinking pattern. So long deep breath in and out. Let yourself expand in this newer version of yourself. Last 30 seconds, we will come back to this body. Feel the body, feel the hands, legs, the bottom, chest, and head. Everything is right here, reprogrammed, re engineered. You may gently take both your hands and put it over your closed eyes for 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You may rub your hand to your face, your body, anywhere you feel the pain. You can take your hands. Fill yourself with love. You may gently open your eyes. Come back. When we come out of the meditation, you may sip some water. You may stretch yourself out. You may lie down with the feeling. You may continue the process, what we did. Once you are ready, you can raise your hand if you have any question, any sharing. Yes, Geeta ji.
Yeah, thank you, Preeti, for the beautiful meditation. Um, and I just wanted to share, like from the forgiveness one, I was not finding many names or anything. I was big. I think you and Saleshi has so much gone over the real forgiveness concept in these past 2 weeks that I think I got it completely, and I was not feeling need for anyone to forgive at all. I was feeling just to send love to everyone. That's it. And today, another one realization which I had while meditating was that some, like, if old people, if they were coming, then I was having that realization that uh, at that point of time I was thinking that I was very outgoing and would go way more ahead of helping others, and I was feeling that these people are taking advantage of me. because I go very out of way to help, but side by side I also had the feeling that because of those experiences, today I am at a better place of creating boundaries, standing up for myself. And earlier, I was not comfortable in saying no. I was not listening to myself. I was not respecting myself. And I have come such a long way that today I am completely a different person now. And so whoever people I meet now, I don't have those complaints because of those experiences of the past. So for them also, I was not feeling like any grudge or anything, but just a realization. And also like when I was, even though I was feeling uncomfortable at that point of time also, but I was like, why still I was there with them? They had some qualities, and I also learned and observed them, how they were doing certain things, how smart they were. Um, I, so I also learned physically. Also, I learned many stuff from them. So, and that is the only reason why I was with them, right? Because I was learning also, along with these feelings. So just wanted to share like practically how I was um, relating and coming to this realization with all that stuff.
That's wonderful.
Yeah. Thank you so
I
much.
think lessons from the past experiences is the purpose of the experience,
Yeah,
purpose of that anything that happened. And I think I remember that such guidance came because we put ourselves back and we put others in front of us, and then many times we compromise in our thinking, in our space of comfort, and we
yeah,
go out of it and we do things. But whenever we do that, we have chosen to learn more.
yeah, yeah. I
We
I realized that now.
So there is nothing, that really that forgiveness means at all once we understand that everybody was there based on my invitation, and I always was expanding in my understanding of life.
Yeah, and I was truly like feeling that today. I was feeling that, not just like realizing from the outer layer. I
The
was,
mind.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Good.
thank you so much, you and Salish ji and Neha ji, Kirti ji. Everyone is doing so much effort, like telling same things again and again. People asking same things again and again, but reaffirming it. But that is really helpful, because in my experience also, I have noticed sometimes, someday, like something happens, even though we have learned in the chapter every day we are learning, but that experience that happened, let's say today, that is so much profound and so much on our head that we don't want to try to understand what has already been taught,
Mhm.
and that is so much on our head that we just forget it. And actually not forget it, it is sitting there, but we don't want to acknowledge it. So really, so much thank you to Shalashi and you, that you keep on like hammering that concept.
See the beautiful thing that you just expressed, Geeta ji. Such a lovely thing. You said, I have this realization now from inside. Now, think about it. This is, everyone can actually imagine now. The past is gone. Whatever happened is gone. It cannot be changed, right? But when we change our perspective, we get a different experience from the same past.
Exactly.
Isn't that such a beautiful thing to realize that everything is right here in my head only? It's just a matter of changing the perspective. I change the perspective, my entire life experience changes. The things that have been in the past are now giving me a new experience. Think about it, how beautiful this whole thing is. So, Just that perspective. This is what why we are repeating this particular chapter specifically. We are repeating because this is a paradigm shift, I call it, right? We are changing the very basis of our thought process, right? When the basis will change, everything else that sits on top will have a different picture altogether, right? So thank you for sharing this experience, because this is what everybody needs to understand, that one little shift here, point, instead of pointing the finger like that, I point it back to myself. I take responsibility for my own life experiences, and the whole thing changes.
Yeah, exactly, Celeste. And for the people I'm mentioning, like from last 10 years, I was not in contact. I removed all contacts from them, like from that person whom I was thinking she's so selfish, she's taking advantage, never coming up, and always using me. So I had those strong feelings and anger against her, and I was not talking to her at all, and I removed everything, all contacts with her. But today, like in fact, I was seeing good things in her. That why I was stick to her if I was in so much pain, because I was getting something from her also. I was learning something from her also. And
Yes, beautiful.
yeah, and realized that yeah, now I'm so good at creating boundaries for myself, protecting my mental and health, respecting
Absolutely, yes.
myself, loving myself. Like I came so ahead of because of those
Yes.
experiences.
Taking ownership of yourself, right?
Yeah.
Taking ownership of your own self. So very important.
Mm.
Usually we give our power to everybody else, you exploit me, and then we complain that they are
Yeah,
exploiting.
yeah, yeah.
But
That's
now, when you take your power back,
yeah,
you feel so much more in control, and you can now experience the same old situation in a very different perspective.
yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yeah,
It's a very big thing to to realize, that I need to stand for myself
Mm,
with love, and I do not disregard others, but I do cover myself. I protect myself.
yes. And take responsibility also for my actions. It's not just that I just take out my sword and stand like that. No, I'm not going to fight or anything. At the same time, I am not going to just accept all kinds of crap that comes at me. I will not take it. Right? I take responsibility for my actions. And okay, whatever be the consequence, I take responsibility for it now. That's the beautiful part of being in control of your life, and each one of us can do it. We just don't accept that responsibility. We just keep on shifting it onto others. Well, they said like that, so it happened like that. I am so I'm suffering so much because of them. You throw everything on somebody else. Now we are shifting that, right? Beautiful. Thank you. Excellent. Anyone else would like to share their experience? Is it helpful that we are doing it one more week, because this is the real basis for everything else that we are going to build, right? So if you have slightest confusion about it, please come forward and ask. Even little bit of confusion or anything that is not making sense to you, please do that. I will try and explain whatever I can.
Yeah,
Excellent.
Swarnaji.
Yeah, thank you, Preeti ji, Shailesh ji. Beautiful, beautiful
Thank you.
meditation every morning and all the wisdom sessions and how you're repeating, how much energy you're putting and love. Thank you all so much. Yeah, today's meditation and the wisdom that you are guiding a little bit is noted me as well, the forgiving part. So, yeah. So, yeah, we are forgiving. We are not. We don't have any grudges or anything. But in relationship, do we stay in that relationship? Keep forgiving and keep standing ourselves, or do we distance if we are, keep getting those hurtful incidents, right? Or the hurtful comments or whatever. So do we keep listening and keep staying and keep making ourselves strong, or do we distance? What is that should happen, Shalishi or Pritiji?
Yeah, so let me explain this to you. First thing, we are talking about a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Relationship is a two-way process.
Mm-hmm.
We have to take responsibility for our part in it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? We remember whatever the other person that you are pointing finger to is doing is you have asked them to do it. You have given them the permission to do it. You are the writer, author, director, and producer of that script which that person is playing in your life.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot point finger at anybody else but yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So now ownership comes on to you. Go within and figure out, why am I asking this person to behave like this with me? Is there something that I want this person to remind me to work on within me? There is something that I need to work on. Definitely. Why? Because this person is again and again doing the same thing. Which means the process of forgiveness, you are still thinking in the old way. Forgiveness, you are not doing any favor to anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Forgiveness is forgiving love. This is what we are learning. We are giving love to somebody. We are not deciding, or we are not judging anything that that person is doing. Doesn't matter. In my definition, it may be wrong or bad or whatever, hurtful, but that is not the eternal truth. It is only my definition. So, am I supposed to look into my own definition of good and bad? Is there something I need to look there? Because that person, whoever is acting the role that he is doing or he or she is doing in my life, that role is scripted by me only. I have given them permission to do that to me. So, is there something that I have to learn here? They are also made in the image of God. Remember, they have all the God qualities that I have. They are as capable as I am. So, why are they behaving in that pattern is something I have to look. So, don't look at the persons. Remove the person from the picture altogether. That person is only an actor, is a courier of the message. You don't focus on the courier at all. Take the parcel that the courier is bringing to you and look inside the parcel and see, well, okay, what is it there? What is in there for me? That's where the focus has to be. Old paradigm was person. Oh, that person did it to me. I am the judge. I decide the good and bad and the wrong things that person has done. I will decide the punishment. We are not authorized to do any judgment at all. That's not our job. Any such thing of punishment or giving anything, that is not our role. That is the role of the nature.
It will happen automatically if you don't have to
Ah,
make choice to, to be with or
exactly.
not to be with. It will happen automatically once you see the difference in you. You are more of love, you are more of being in oneness with that, that person, whatever he wants to do. You are just giving him that free will, that choice that he can make.
When you truly start giving love to somebody, so not in the old way of I forgive, not that way. When you really feel love for the person in the true sense, you will see automatically one of the two things will happen. Number one could be that that person will suddenly realize and change the behavior. That's one thing. Other possibility will be that situation will arise such that that person vanishes from the scene in your life.
But we don't walk away. There is a concept also, walk away or something, right? Some, if it is
Walk,
toxic
walk away
relations and
is
all. What is
Walk away
that?
is your choice always.
Mm,
That should not happen on this basis of deciding right and wrong, no judgment.
mm.
In the perspective of love, if you feel that I now have done my job here, I need to move on, perfect. That should come from your wisdom, the discernment. It should not be a judgment.
It
It's
should come from love only. I give you
yes.
freedom to you to move on, and I give same because priority is to us. So I give priority to me, the freedom to move on my
But
journey.
this
Yeah.
that is okay, but that you and I should not be in the picture.
Mm.
This I and you is causing the whole problem. We are focused on people. I am saying that person is only a messenger. They are props in the entire drama.
Yeah,
They are
if the
just props.
experience is not complete, it will be repeated in the next coming time.
Somebody else will come and do it.
Yeah, the same thing you will experience. So the
Yes.
better is
So
to resolve it now.
it's not on that person. It is the experience which is important, because if that person goes away from, or you go away from that place, somebody else will come and fulfill that role in your life. Why? Because you are asking for that experience in your life.
That is
Take
how
one.
nature teaches us, like we ask for it and it is given. Somebody will come, or somebody will take that in charge.
Yes.
One person
Uh,
goes, but the same experience we have with another person. So better, take time. Just don't be in rush. Take time and
yes.
work with yourself. It's not easy to let, like we are doing. One day I will forget everything, forgive everything. No, take time.
That process never worked, because had that method of forgiveness worked, today there will be no issues at all with people in this world. Nobody will be angry with anybody if that old method of forgiving worked. Okay, I let go. I will move on. You move on. That all that process never works. Why? Because in the mind, that energy block is stored and it is not released. So remember that. This is, we are trying now to go to the root cause of that resentment that we carry. When you work on the root cause, it will be eliminated forever. You will be healthy, and that other person will be able to move on their spiritual journey. Everybody is on spiritual journey. Whether they meditate or not, it doesn't matter. We are
Mm.
all on spiritual journey, and we are all made in the image of God. We are here for the same purpose, helping each other grow and evolve, right? Whatever role that person is doing in your life, you may be doing a similar role in somebody else's life as well. It is we are all doing both ways, right? We receive love and we give love. If everybody is just waiting to receive love, who will give? So giving and receiving, reciprocation, is a part of the whole process. That is why we are in duality.
That is expression, right? It's our
Yeah.
expression that like the nature is expressing itself. So we also express you very uniquely in our presence in this body. Very unique, very unique.
Does it make sense, Swarnaji?
Yeah, yeah. Thank you. Yeah, thank you,
Yeah.
Shalish. It
Yeah.
does.
Yeah.
Means I have seen and practiced,
Hmm.
but there's a boundaries and let go, or those things come in, then something needs to happen or what. So
Yes,
yeah,
I know. I know
the
this is a process.
boundaries, doesn't work, or
Boundaries is because of the mind. Mind creates boundaries because mind itself is a bound thing. It's a limited thing. Mind is limited because it can perceive only within a small band of frequency. So mind is limited. That's why we have learned to create boundaries. Your true nature is abundant. Abundant, what's the meaning of the word abundant? Abundant means no
infinite.
boundaries.
Yeah, infinite.
And you are abundant. So if you want to remain in boundaries, you can. It's your choice. You have the free will, right? You want to remain bound, so you will never have abundance of anything. Boundaries will always restrict us. They will create barriers, and every barrier limits the flow of love. Think about it.
Yeah, yeah. So
we
there should
we
not
are,
be
we
any
do
boundaries.
we do
And
counterintuitive things without thinking, right? So give a little thought to this thing. You don't have to change in a day. Nobody has to change. You have to go to the root of it, like you heard Gita ji saying, right? We have been saying the same thing every day, again and again and again. Now suddenly she says, oh, I realized that this is what was happening. You understand? So at some stage, you will automatically, your inner lamp will click. It will switch on. Oh, okay, okay. Now I get it. Right? This is what will happen. So just be persistent. Follow the practices being asked for in this book. These practices are very powerful, even though on surface they don't seem to be anything special. Right? Oh, send love. Okay, fine. I'm sending love. I'm sending love. It's a very, very powerful thing. You have to keep doing it throughout the day. Whenever you think of
Repetition.
somebody, just send love, right? That's a very powerful thing. It will change you from the root within. That's how powerful it is. So you just keep following the practices. You may not see instant results anywhere. Don't worry about it, because now you are working on the shift of the paradigm. Like, we are changing the very basis of our living, basis of the way we look at life. And once that changes, we will now then shift from suffering to bliss. That's the shift we are looking at. Life of suffering will turn into a life full of bliss. That's the shift we are looking at. Okay? I hope you are able to at least be open, right? Just open up yourself. Okay, let me think a little deeper about it. I have never given time to such thinking. Let me think a little more about it and see where I reach from, because you have the wisdom. Remember, you are made in the image of God, and you have the all knowing wisdom. You also have that. You just have to extract it from within. So the moment you start going deeper thinking, you will access your own wisdom, and it will tell you, well, yes, this is what it is.
I
Okay?
would like to talk about little things here. Like, she said no boundaries, right? So, and Gita ji said that, okay, I now know my boundaries, where to go. So, what that boundary is about, you know, it is about what you have learned so far. It is about understanding the love you want to be in, and then you don't change that, that state, or you go and make others happy just for the sake of you being love. You know, you when you are in state of love, you automatically makes everybody joyful around you, peaceful around you. You know, they feel that vibration. So we are always, the depth is so much, as you said, it's infinite. So the more we upgrade in our level of being in the state of love, the more changes we see all around us. And in the coming chapters, we will see how much bigger responsibility it gives us once we start living in the state of love. Today, this much, and tomorrow, this much, and this much, and we are rising every single day. We are rising higher. So that boundary just means that whatever you have learned, you are practicing it fully to experience it fully, and then still make a choice that whether you want to stay with that or you want to just change to another thing, you know. So for some people, the happiness or joy is in rasgulla. Some people have dahi vada, but you don't choose dahi vada because somebody might be happy. That boundary we are talking about. So you appreciate other choice, but you make your choice to be enjoying rasgulla, you know. So that way you start seeing every little things, and then you understand that no, what is no boundary means. No boundary means giving free will to others. Okay. And boundary means what you have learned, you are practicing it. You're trying to experience, not just concept wise. We are learning here in concept wise, but when we go in our day to day life, that is where we practice everything. What is working, where I am getting stuck, what is not letting me go forward, what is not letting me be love. So remember why every week we are repeating the same practice, because it's not a one day job. It is a repetition that has to reprogram our subconscious, means of our past experiences. As we just realized that we change the perception and the experience changes. That is how we heal ourselves. So it is a lifelong process, and just that's why we are doing this Sajan Sangate, this talking and this practice to, taking ourselves, we are taking ourselves to a next level of understanding. I hope it helps.
Yeah, thank you, Preeti. Thank you, Shailesh. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Swarnaji. Uh, Grace ji.
Thank you, Shailesh. Thank you, Preeti ji. Thank you so much for another session. Wonderful. And yeah, I just wanted to talk about the Swarnaji's question right now. So, like, suppose we are in a relationship that is abusive, and then we just take a stand for ourselves, and then we move on, and then we get a good partner. So sometimes, and at that time, like, we don't even know anything about the soul plan or anything of that sort. So in that case, I think the lesson was to stand for yourself. And now, because you have a good partner again, so everything moves on, like, peacefully. But now in this situation, when someone is in, like, that kind of an abusive relationship, and then we come to know about the soul plan and everything, and then we practice on it, and then we realize that, yeah, I think the lesson was for me to take stand for myself, whether it is just to let the other person know that you're being abusive, or you should not talk to me like that, or you have no right, like, in any way, rather than just working. Like, you can work on yourself, but working on yourself doesn't mean that you should not stand for yourself, or you should not tell the other person that, okay, you don't like this one, or you need to say it properly, or stuff like that. So, and in that case, if the situation still persists, then I think the lesson was for you to take stand for yourself and move on. Like, so am I right in saying that, or no?
I feel differently.
Mm,
This is the old paradigm. Eye for an
okay.
eye. Yeah, right? This is old paradigm. We that is the way the mind thinks, right? Mind
Mm-hmm.
thinks that way because there is ego, there is a barrier between me and others.
Okay.
And that barrier creates this kind of separation, this kind of thinking. Okay, I need that person to learn something. I need to tell him. That is not my job. Why am I getting this thought? Because I judge that person. I find this is wrong with that person, so I must tell you. That is my definition of wrong. It has nothing to do with that other person anyway. So I have to look at my own definitions, my own
Mm-hmm.
beliefs. That's why that person is there in my life. And I have no business in correcting that person because that person has their own free will. They are God. They are God expressing in that fashion.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have to work on anybody except ourselves because we have total control on ourselves, and that control is in the mind. Right here. A little shift in that thinking changes entire past also. all your experiences of the past will look in a new light, where you don't
Mm-hmm.
even have to go and tell somebody anything, because that is all gone. There you are not going telling anybody anything. You are simply understanding the same thing differently now. And it changes your paradigm. Your entire experience of life will change, will shift. So what I am suggesting here is that working on myself is important from the point of view of going beyond the mind. When I start going beyond the mind and looking at this duality, I feel everybody as part of me. Then there is nobody else to teach but myself.
Yes, but in this case, I think there are two scenarios, because in this case, because now we know that that was our soul plan and everything, so we are kind of wise a little bit to understand that it was our soul plan, and maybe the soul plan was that you do that to me, and eventually I will realize that I need to stand up for myself, and I need to move on, or I need to find a new partner. So that could be the soul plan too. Or and in other
You,
words, in other words, you're saying that being in an abusive relationship is okay,
you,
It
and
will not
don't.
happen if you change yourself, Grace ji.
yeah.
I would
Mm-hmm,
simply say to wait. It will not happen. Nothing can bring that Krishna or some, past stories, if you remember from our mythology,
mm-hmm.
especially Prahlad experience, suppose. It's not
Okay.
unreal. It's not impossible. Nobody can touch you. We give permission, make this a new belief system. Repeat that I give permission for you doing anything to me, and I know that I am giving you permission.
Yeah, but at the same time, now I refuse to give you any permission, and now you
We
live
don't
your
have
life,
to
and I live
speak.
mine.
Yeah, we really don't need to speak out. We may want to convey the message from the space of love, not with that same grudge or anything, but
Yeah.
E-
from the
I want
Yes.
to alert you, Gracie, a little bit on one aspect, that
Mm-hmm.
you have started using the word soul plan as we used to call in the past as my bhagya, my destiny.
Mm,
Okay.
Be alert on that.
yeah.
You don't know your soul plan. You will never know your soul plan. We are only guessing that it could be part of my soul plan.
Yeah, and you said one thing which I really like, that once you realize at your wiser level, like, okay, now it's done. So I have a different path now.
And I just move
Not
on to my path, right?
yes, yes, yeah.
I don't have to worry about what happens to the other person. Did that person get corrected or not? None of my business.
So it has to come from that higher self. If you
Yeah,
really
think of it like a mom. Think you have children. They are
mm-hmm,
creating all kinds of mischief,
mm-hmm,
right? You don't kind of separate from them. Oh, you just leave my house. No, you just be in a space of love, accept them as they are, right? And when
mm-hmm,
you are in a space of love, you begin to see your children learn their own life lessons. And at one point, they come back and say, Mom, I'm sorry, I was like this one point of time. I think I should not have done that way. I did not know enough at that time. Fine, good,
mm-hmm,
right? This is all part of everyone is growing up, right? Everybody is evolving. So we have to give them space also for their learning part. They are learning. At some point, they realize, oh, this is something I should have not done this way. Maybe that is the right way of doing. They are learning, right? And we have to give them space to do their own thing. And we, at the same time, don't compromise on our own growth as well. We keep growing,
mm-hmm.
right? It's kind of it's it's not a confrontation kind of living. It's all inclusive type of living. This is what I am pointing to, right?
If
So
I
when
am
you
not
are
here at peace in this present moment, the next moment will not be peaceful. So the change has to be done here. And then without much effort, you will see things happening just the way you want, just the way. um, you align yourself with that God qualities,
Mm-hmm.
with that love, with that peace, that will continue. The situation, that the outer surrounding might change, but you may not have any complaints moving back. If you're moving to another step, you look back and then you don't have any complaints. I would say just take time. In relationship, it is always learning. That's why we find it difficult, especially the way the society is designed. We grow up in our family with mom, sisters, and brothers and everybody, and then we leave that, we go to some new place, and then the whole story changes. We keep adapting to newer things, and then we don't have the real understanding of how to be in the new place.
Mm-hmm.
Also think
That
about like how they think about this. I usually think things in slightly differently. So just think about it. Whenever a human being is born, they're always born in a society, some kind of
Mm-hmm.
society, right? They are part of a social system. Social system means what? Relationships, right? Our entire life experience comes from relationships only, right?
Mm-hmm.
Entire life experience is coming from relationships, nothing else.
unknown
So,
person cannot give us really that experience.
right. So think about like lifetime after lifetime, we are constantly coming back and getting into relationships. And we keep shifting from the style. Let's say sometimes we will be born in one kind of religion and go through experiences of that sort of limitation, right? We other time you are born in a very developed country or a different very developed society and then go through experiences and sufferings of that culture and society, all sorts of things. And everywhere the interplay is of relationships only, nothing else, right? So if you can master relationship,
Mm-hmm.
then you have conquered the battle. Every life will be
Yeah.
so beautiful, right? Mastering
Mm-hmm.
relationship is the primary thing we are here for. And
Yeah.
so when I am giving you this thought now, think think slightly more. You don't have to answer anything now. Give time to this thought now. Well, okay, how can I master relationships? And the word relationship is inclusive of you and someone else too, always. Relate, right? You relate to each other, right? When that relationship, because when we are not in duality, we are related to our own infiniteness,
Mm-hmm.
right? We are part of it, everything is one only, there is nothing to relate to. We come into duality only to experience that separation and then relating in so many different beautiful ways.
Wow.
Okay?
I just remembered Aham Brahmasmi and Tattvamasi. So
Yeah.
that experience, it takes lifetimes and lifetime to open ourselves to seeing ourselves, seeing me in you, in you, in you, in everything, everybody.
Yeah.
Right?
Wow.
So relationships cannot never be mastered if you have confrontation all the time. We are not fighting battles here. We are trying to make love in every possible way. Think about it that way, and you will see how relationships will change all of a sudden in your mind. Every relationship will feel so different.
Yeah.
Good. Thank
You will
you.
see the change. I mean,
Thank you.
it doesn't take very long. The easily, quickly we settle down on these new learnings. It just reflects very simply, very easily, immediately, instantly.
Yeah. 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 I mean, this
Thank
is also like interesting, but at the same time, you cannot with certainty say anything, like this,
There's
right?
no one thing, right? That's why
Like
paradoxes are
just
there. So
yeah,
that's why,
just
like,
like
uh,
yeah,
one.
just Shailesh just said that you are just guessing. You don't know the actual plan, so it's kind of like it has to come from within. It has to come from your wisdom, please.
Yes, if
Mm.
think about, like, if you were given the entire question paper in advance, will you enjoy your exam? You already know all
No.
the answers, right? It won't feel
Yeah.
real exam at all, right? That's why we
Yeah.
never have the plan known to us. Everything needs to come to us as a surprise and a challenge, and then we need to test our abilities. Well, okay, this was an opportunity for me to prove myself. So I don't even call them tests. All challenges are opportunities to test
Grow.
my own ability, right?
Yeah.
And it's basically an opportunity to
Grow,
express
improve.
myself,
To grow.
express
Yeah.
myself in love now.
Yeah.
Everything
Yeah.
is it. All opportunities are that way. So life is very
Okay.
interesting if we just change that little paradigm here, right? Little change there, and the same life becomes so beautiful.
So we just have to life let happen.
Mhm.
Not.
Yeah, that's
Yes,
the,
Yeah.
yes,
yes,
exactly.
yes,
Yes,
exactly. You put the right.
we are not in control of anything anyway. So why
Yeah.
struggle to control? Right?
Yeah.
That is the state of being, right? When we make choices, we
Yeah.
are still doing. So that is the
Yeah.
state of being, that is the state of love. So soul plan and other things, they are good, just to accept what life is like, the whole newspaper, news channel, what they're saying is not true. That is an illusion. That's only I take it for. But then
Yeah.
when my life comes, only my past experience leads to my future experiences. What I do with that in
Yeah.
this present
Yeah.
moment.
The entire
Yeah.
philosophy, we have to also understand a few more things, a little deeper into spiritual existence. So we have two existences. One is within the domain of the mind, where we have three levels: physical level, the body; astral level, the subtle body; and then the causal, where everything
Body.
originates, right? Causal. So causal plane, astral plane, and physical plane are the three existences in the domain of the mind. Duality,
Okay.
right? Once we go beyond the mind, it is nothing, no two, it's oneness. So when somebody talks about a certain concepts, they have to be in the perspective of what reference you are talking from, right? So when we say soul plan is from the astral plane. It's not even in the causal plane. Just
Okay.
one level above where we are. That's it. Okay. So this concept we have to also understand. Okay, it is still in the mind. All
Mhm.
the soul plan business, all the karma theory, all these things that we talk about, these are all part of the mental existence, mind. Okay. And then once we, and what we are learning here is a very deep concept, in like Babaji is teaching us to transcend the mind slightly differently, just through that one single element called love. That one little
Yes.
shift, and you are out, you are outside. Then you can see yourself so differently. Like, just, I was so happy to see Geeta ji today. Wow, I was very happy. Like, that realization comes when you shift outside. As soon as you shift, and you, oh my god, I now know, I can
Yeah.
see it now,
Yeah.
right? That's what I'm talking about.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you.
we are
Thank you. Thank you.
I think
we
in
are
last 10 minutes we talked a lot, and just to integrate everything, you might want to hear it one more time.
Oh,
It's
yes, I
very
will.
deep, deep, very deep thing.
Yeah.
And the more we reflect, we might find our own answers. And that's the purpose of all this. There's no ready-made solution. It's the
Thank you,
open
Gracie.
ourselves.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Dr. Shruti, please unmute.
Hello,
Ah, namaste.
namaste, namaste. Thank you. Actually, Hannah, the thing is, in the meditation, this forgiving thing, I ask people's name, but always it comes my name first.
Mm,
First, I have to forgive myself,
mm,
and then it came my inner child.
mm,
It is sometimes it is like your childhood had you had a lot of traumas and all those things which over the period of time, sometimes subconsciously you forget, and then you have that fear, and I have that fear which is unknown to me. And then in the meditation, I am like, you are forgiven, and it is like my inner child. My child is blaming me. My child is blaming my younger self, that
Okay.
you did not take care of me, you let this happen, let that happen. And then in the meditation, I'm crying, crying, crying. I'm just crying. And I'm saying sorry to my younger child, and I'm saying sorry, and I'm asking the forgiveness. And then my younger child is not, I am forgiving my parents and all my elders or everything, but my younger child is not ready to forgive. And I'm just giving love and light to my younger child. And then now I'm like, oh God, how do I handle my own child, my own inner child? So
So,
that happens. That is happening.
as a professional in this field, I will ask you this question: who is that younger child? Who is that inner child?
Myself, my younger self. When I was a
Okay.
child, when I was a
What
kid.
what part of you is that child? Your belief system that you created as a child. That is what we call as inner child. Our own
Yes.
belief system, it's nothing else but beliefs. By the age of 7 years, all our belief systems are formed up, right? We have learned the definition of right and wrong by that age. That is what is referenced in today's psychology as inner child. And how do you heal an inner child? Any child for that
My
matter.
child is
Forget the inner child. Any child is healed only by love. There is no other way.
yes. Yes.
There is only one love.
Yes.
Yeah? You
Yes.
just give them love, right? Child will always be stubborn.
Yes.
Your
That
belief
is
system.
happening. I am sending love and like, no, I cannot forgive. It's like I cannot forgive.
Okay,
I will not
okay,
forgive, you forgive, I will not forgive.
right. So
And
what the
that is
child
how
is
I just
teaching you?
like crying. Then I
Yeah,
cry, cry, cry.
yeah. So what is the child teaching you? By telling you, I will not forgive, what is that child teaching you? That you are not doing forgiveness in the right perspective. That's why it is saying, I will not forgive you. Because you are forgiving the way a judge forgives a prisoner or a criminal. We have to shift from that judgment side to love. Assigning the rights and wrongs is part of judgment, and we have to shift from there to a different paradigm now where there is nothing wrong. We are responsible. Now, when you look at your child self, that means your own belief system, which you created as a child. Actually, I won't even say you created, you allowed it to be created, because as a child, you don't analyze, your subconscious is being programmed. So, you accepted the belief system of your environment as your belief system, you accepted it, and then closed the lid of that box and said, okay, this is who I am now. Now,
Yes.
this set of beliefs is who I am. Now, this robot will function with this programming all its life.
Yes.
The robot is programmed, and now the entire behavior pattern will come out of those things only. And the behavior will result in experiences. This is how life runs, and 100% everybody's life runs that way only. We may decide, choose to blame the people who gave us that beliefs.
Yes.
We can choose, but here what we are learning, they are not to blame.
We are not to blame.
We invited those beliefs, and I will now explain to you in terms of your astral self who created the soul plan. From their perspective, how do they program the life in advance? Life that hasn't happened yet. How do they make this life behave in a specific pattern so they can get those experiences? They take birth in an environment which will give them that belief system. And belief system is nothing else but a checklist of my tasks in life.
Okay. Yes.
Whatever I am supposed to learn in this lifetime, I will create a belief system for that. Okay. From that belief system, I will get experience, and from that experience, I will get a reminder and then work on it.
Yes.
Right? This is how this whole thing works. So this is a process we have learned. Now in that process, now what we are learning is, okay, this is how mind works. This is how this entire existence is functional. How do I look at it from a different perspective? So we have to stop judging. First thing is stop the judgment. Good and bad is a definition which is very specific to me only. It's not universal. Accept this thing. Right? It's my definition of good and bad. Because at some point that thing hurt me, so to me that is bad. May
Right.
not be universally bad to everybody. Right? Somebody called me Moti. Okay, it hurt me, but calling somebody Moti is nothing very bad. If somebody is fat, you can call them fat. Right? But to me it hurt. It became a bad thing. And then onwards, anybody pointing to me in that manner was a bad experience.
Yes.
This, right? So we have to remember that our belief system is a very specific, subjective opinion. It is subjective opinion, subjective only, relevant to me. Okay. Now your inner child or your belief system is telling you to remove the judgment. Then only I will agree with you. Okay.
Okay.
So
So
you
then
have,
now now the biggest doubt in my mind is now how do I do it from my
you
side? How do I
have,
do it? How do I
I
approach?
I love you as you are.
Okay.
You are so beautiful. You are so special. You are so unique. I just love you as you are. There is no one like you anyway. God hasn't created another one like you. That is how special you are. Think about it. How valuable this thing is. If there is one diamond of one type, how valuable can it be? Nobody else will
Yes.
have it, right? That's how beautiful you are. You are unique and
Yes.
special, right?
Yes.
Give yourself that value. That is love,
Yes.
right?
Give yourself love that you are seeking from others. You only know
Ah,
what love, what kind of love you are seeking. So
exactly.
dealing with
Yes.
inner child is nothing but, opening yourself for love, true love. And it's not
Yes.
others' mistake if you want, to hold somebody's hand and he's not ready to hold your hands. It's not somebody's mistake, right? We understand that. It's their
Yes.
choice. And that's what you have
Yes.
to convey to the younger one. And you have to tell that now I am grown up and I see the life is so perfect, beautiful. You
Yes.
had to go through this experience so that I can realize all this.
Hmm. For learning, for soul, to complete the soul purpose and everything, and you do not have to take it to your heart.
Not the
Mm.
sole purpose. Don't bring the complicated stuff. Just now, Shaliji said that you don't use those words, but just do that love, unconditional love that we have been talking. If you are following up Hindi sessions also, it will help you to just reprogram your mind. Any kind of
Yes.
hurt, it's not inner child or, any kind of hurt can be solved in this present moment.
I mean, like, this is why Babaji has simplified this whole thing. If you have noticed this thing in the book, there is none of those old jargon used anywhere. Old jargon is not used. He is not talked about karma. He is not talked about any of those concepts at all, altogether, right?
Yes.
The
Yes.
reason is because from those words, those jargon, we have an attached meaning in our mind, and that creates bias, right? So he is using a very generic terminology so that we don't introduce unnecessary biases there. Okay,
Okay.
and remove the complication, make it easy, make it simple, so that we can
Okay.
just remain aligned in one direction. Okay, that's the way I have analyzed this book so much. I have read it so
Yes,
many
yes,
times that, right, because I have
yes,
translated also, right? So I am reading it so many times. And I'm thinking, well, why is he not talking about this? Why not that? Why not that? No Veda, no Dharma, nothing, right?
yes,
He's
yes,
he's talking about God qualities only, and again, God qualities
yes.
is he's mentioning one by one, 24 chapters, 24 different ways of looking at one thing. I
Okay,
am I am love.
I'm love.
That's it. I am love. And when today, just today, you do this one little exercise on my behalf. After the session, stand in front of the mirror, look at yourself, and
Hmm.
feel how beautiful you are. Just
Yes.
feel
Okay.
that, right? Just
Okay.
feel from your heart how beautiful I am. I am so
Yes.
special. There's no one like me, right? That realization will change, shift everything inside. Your inner child will never complain again.
Okay. I will do that today
Try
after
it.
the
Yes.
session.
Yes. Yeah. Good.
Thank you so much, Salesh, for
Thank
guiding us,
thank
and
you.
Preeti for guiding us as well.
Thank you. Thank you. Meena ji. Yes. Please unmute.
Namaste, Preeti ma'am and Saleshi. It's so wonderful listening to both of you and doing this in the morning. I just wanted to share. I've been doing this, sending love to people that not like you feel that have wronged you in life, and I've been doing that. And yesterday, just out of the blue, I don't know, it just came to me that I want to call them. And normally, like when I talk to them, I have this, like even before calling, I'm really, I think my energy shifts. It kind of
Great.
goes into defensive mode. Uh, and even after I finish talking to them, and we only talk like, for a few minutes, and it's uh, just niceties but even after that, my energy is not like, disturbed for so long. And yesterday I called and I was very calm while calling. I even said, I love you at the end. And then I kept the phone down. Again, it wasn't too long and it was a similar reaction from their side. But I was calmer. Even after putting the phone down, there was no
Very,
shift. I just felt good. So I
very
just
good.
wanted to share that.
Yeah. You released, right? You released a block. Very good.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank
And this is how you overcome your fears. This is how you overcome your challenges by confronting them,
Mm,
right?
mm.
See, very important, confront. Always confront the challenges, right?
Right.
Confront
Right.
them and then you can conquer them. Once you confront them, you can always conquer. That's
Thank
the
you.
process. So you did the right thing. Perfect. Absolutely perfect.
Thank you. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you for sharing. All right. Okay, so Sheelamji wants to say something. Okay, let's ask. Yes.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. Thank you so
Good
much.
evening. Oh,
Deep
you're.
the chapter actually is, because I think this chapter is the one which has always kept us pulled down
Hmm,
because of the grudges, or we always never took the ownership,
hmm,
But what I wanted to ask you was, now even if I take ownership and try to understand it is my own creation which has happened, and but actually, well, I know it was, now for example, if somebody has intentionally done something, taken away from you what belongs to you, and you accept it, but still you forgive. I mean, you accept your own this thing, acceptance that you made them do that, but you don't want to interact with them. Is there anything wrong in that?
Yes, yes, yes. Okay. You just describe a few things which you need to rethink about that. They took away something that did not belong to them,
Yeah.
right? Now think about it. Did it belong to you?
Yeah.
Did it really?
Yeah.
Your body also doesn't belong to you. Nothing
Now
in
that
this world belongs to you.
in this worldly life, now for
Hmm.
example, your parents would have given the equal amount share to everyone, right?
Uh-huh.
Now, for example, your sibling tries to manipulate and takes away all your share
Hmm.
because you are mild and you don't know how to approach on it, saying that, oh, she's very innocent, she doesn't need it. I need it or not the question. I know I am surviving. But
Right.
question, when genuinely he is taken and is taken for not that he is lacking,
Hmm.
right? Suppose it was difficult and he needed it. It was different because I had that depth of love for my sibling. No, the way they behave,
Hmm.
even if I give love, I don't know, maybe over the course, as you people said, more and more we give love, their mentality will change over the time. Probably.
No.
Shilamji, we don't have to worry about what happens to them.
Mm.
No, then I should feel like talking, I mean, interacting
No,
with
no.
them. I feel like
You
it.
should not. No, no, there is no should. These
No,
shoulds are the problems.
okay.
We have created a certain set of norms,
Uh,
right? Say, for example, one very basic thing you also mentioned just now, that my parents' property should be equally distributed. That
yeah,
should is there,
yeah.
right? Why?
No, it was written. What
No,
I'm
no.
trying to
I'm saying
why,
what I'm
why?
saying is in our
Again,
mind. I'm talking about not the legal part of it.
yeah,
Legality stands by itself. I don't have to do anything. I'm trying to make you think about your
yeah,
own thoughts. I'm not concerned about actual things that are going on. I'm trying to help you resolve your thinking part.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So in your mind, question these aspects as to okay, this is your belief system.
Mm,
In your belief system, there is some thought that
mm,
says, well, my parents' property, that's how it's written, this is how it's supposed to be divided.
mm.
Okay? And that is what you are trying to now pursue into action, and it is not happening. That's where the suffering is coming from.
No, Shailesh, okay, I'm not worried about the not getting the property. They themselves have distanced away from me,
Mm-hmm.
meaning they passed away for no reason. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm a person who likes love and unity with everybody. It's
Mm-hmm.
not only family. Wherever I go, I try to people mix with them in a way, and they distance. That also I accepted.
Mm-hmm.
Now, in a recent encounter, when I saw my, which they were more dear to me than my own parents.
Mm-hmm.
Now, putting their face on me, I felt, well, it's okay. I shouldn't push myself too much. That, you're unnecessary. You do your duty of
Yeah.
giving them, leave it. Day will come, probably they would realize this is how I have been thinking. I don't know whether it's right or wrong.
No,
But,
no. Whatever you feel from your inner intuition, whatever your inner guidance says, you need to do that. There's a reason for that. Your inner guidance will guide you to do some things which may or may not be right by your own definition.
mm,
Your intuition will guide you into doing certain things for a specific purpose,
uh,
to get some experience, right? Certain experiences. So intuition will guide you and your actions will follow through. Now, that may or may not be the right thing though.
uh,
Right thing means right by the belief system. If
okay.
you evaluate through the belief system, it may be something wrong, but you would have done it because your intuition guided you to do that.
Uh,
Okay, and that created an experiences which you wanted to have in your life for your own growth, that experience, right?
oh,
So now, for your own understanding, when you feel so much love for somebody and that somebody wants to turn the face away,
uh,
okay, there's nothing wrong. They have the choice to do whatever they want to do. They are made in the image of God. It's another expression of God, right? I am following through. As far as I am concerned, I have no hard feelings in my heart.
mm,
I still send them love. Now,
yeah.
if you need to go beyond that, that cannot happen unless both sides work. Relationship is both sides, right? If you alone are trying to pursue something and nothing is coming about, just leave it at that.
Yeah. So that's right what I'm doing. I've left it
Yeah,
at that. When
just leave
thinking,
it at that. Now
and
don't worry about it anymore. Get it out of your head. Done, finished.
no,
That is past.
I on the
Nilamji, just to bring that future in front of you, that everything has happened as you are describing. It is taken away from you and you are not um, getting anything. Then how do you feel? It will give you a picture. But right now, you are in too much of emotions. You won't be able to see it. So bring that thing that has happened,
yeah,
that
yeah, I've accepted
you
it.
you have not received anything and everything is gone, and how do you feel about it? So
No, I'm
it's
not
little
feeling bad.
attachment with the thing that you are calling love. It will turn into your attachment to the person who you have been talking about. So these are very personal life situations where we have to use what we are learning here and then see how what it is teaching me here. You'll find many small things. I just told you one thing, but how do you see yourself? Even the things happen in your favor or not in your favor, you will see who you are then. you know it's not about fighting for my thing. If you want to do that, you can do that also. There are always choices. For my
Correct.
right, you want to fight, you can go ahead and do that also. You will get some experience. There's nothing wrong with that, right? There's no right and wrong concepts here. Just whatever we are learning, don't lose the space of love, the ease, the peace that you are carrying right now.
No, that's all. Just I wanted to know if they didn't respond. I mean, it should not be on my part. My part is to give love. How they react or this, that
To
is
be
their
in
space.
that love, okay? your
Exactly.
your love
Yes.
will not change anything in them,
Yeah.
right? Just whatever happens, it happens from there. You are coming, aligning to yourself more and more to the love state.
That's
Not,
what
yeah.
Yes.
my
So
space
if you
is.
remember
Yeah.
about that person, this event, you should be like feeling at ease. That's the whole point.
No, I do feel
Yeah.
all that. I wanted to know whether my path of trying not to be bothered of what they do or say, my part is to give. But
That's
how,
That's
that's it.
perfect.
your choice. You
Yeah.
can go
Yeah.
and fight in the court. You can you can give totally and just be with your space. Not bothered by other person not returning your love. That is also fine. That's giving free will. So these are the small thing, but very hard in experience.
No, no,
But you are right, Shilamji. It's okay. You are not doing anything wrong by not pursuing. That's okay. Yeah. You are sending love. That's
yeah,
what your expansion is. You are
no, no.
expanding.
I'm
That's
really
it.
inside. I have no this thing, grievances, or I don't think hard about it. And I feel that this had to happen. It has happened. So I accept,
Perfect.
you
Yeah.
know. Uh,
Just accept them as they are. Yes.
no,
Perfect.
chapter really opened my eyes to say we are the ones who wanted to play the drama. We gave them the role and they have played it. And it's stupidity to blame them and make yourself miserable.
If you
As
have
a
come to that understanding, there's no point of looking back. That's a great example to be in.
no,
Yes.
really, I feel so happy with this chapter that it made me feel so many small things. My dad used to always tell me, learn to forgive. It's easy to say, but as you said, it is all why
Yes.
did it to why was it every time I want to blame another and say for myself. But
Yes.
You
this chapter
remember that person and you will feel a pain here in the heart space. So that
now,
means we are holding on that. So I need to cut down.
yeah, no, I really feel so
Yeah.
relieved and so
Yes.
happy that
Yes.
nothing makes me feel anybody's this thing responsibility. It was my own wanting to experience all that. So
Yes. Yes.
that beautifully have explained. So just wanted to
Yes.
know the
Yeah.
right path, the
Yeah.
guidance.
Your
Yeah,
your dad your dad was a wise man. You know why? Because he said, "Learn to forgive." That means forgiveness doesn't come naturally. We have to learn,
I know.
right? That's the
Yeah.
beautiful thing, and that's what we are learning here in this chapter. The right way of
Every time I walk with him in my younger days was this only. Going to
yes,
temple, he tell me when I say anything, you should
yes,
all forget all that has happened, not live with it and make yourself miserable. I didn't understand that time. How can I do that? How can that person do? Because I thought this in mind, never giving back to anybody. You know,
yes,
entire chapter was such a beautiful and eye opener. It was
yes,
very touching and makes you realize life is beautiful when you
yes,
take the ownership and realize and ask for
exactly.
your own self for making that person go through the torture to give me that experience.
And this
Yes,
only comes, when you have this satisfaction that you have everything. All
Yeah,
that you need is here. So
Yeah.
infinite love is here, infinite joy is here. We are
Yeah.
looking for condition, we are looking for situations, but they comes from within. If I am in that state,
Yeah.
that event will happen.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Excellent. Great. I can foresee some good things coming your way.
Thank you so much,
It's
Shailesh.
coming. It's coming.
I'm
Yes.
ardently holding on to this unified, though it has been pulling me here and there. I said, no, this 6 months, whatever I have to sacrifice as much as possible to just stick to this and see how best I can make of it, to
Yes.
say
Yes.
I have worked on it. So thank you so
Yeah. Beautiful. Thank you.
Beautiful
And I just
sharing.
want to compliment you today that you met one of my criterias, which I had in my previous session last year. I had requested all the females to, whenever they attend the session, they should be well, dressed up properly, makeup and everything. And today you are fully meeting that criteria.
much.
You look,
Thank
you
you.
look beautiful. You look so beautiful. Yes.
It's your beauty that's reflecting on me. You and Pritish are shining there. And then I realized maybe when we also evolve, that shine will come on us too. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you,
you. Thank you.
everybody.
So
And
wonderful.
it's
Thank
amazing
you.
to remind us then, we think we are on Zoom, nobody is seeing us, and then we are okay to be the way we are. It's the morning
Yes.
time, undressed and like however we are. So, but just try to be in that state of receiving, connecting, meeting people.
Yes. You know, self-respect also, right? Self-esteem, self-respect. You dress up properly, you do all your makeup, you can kind of pamper yourself and then come to the session. You will see a very different energy in you, right? That's what. And you met that criteria today. I'm so happy. It
No,
was
thank you.
so
Thank
good. Yes. Thank you.
Another eye opener for me. Thank you.
This was very
Yes.
much needed because today the discussion is very intense, like since beginning. So far, it's been 1 hour, and these are very touching, intense topics.
No, in our
And,
Zoom lectures, they said it's better the participants, everybody keeps their Zoom on because it gives a better response to the person who's conducting the course. Okay, that,
yeah.
oh, I'm talking to this, otherwise you're talking to the wall or to the, face. So this, please, you
Thank
understand
you.
our feelings also that we want the interaction, at least looking at your faces.
Thank
So
you.
thank
Thank
you
you
so
for feeling for us. Thank you so much. This is
much.
wonderful. Thank you.
Thank
Yeah, and today we
Yeah.
have a lot of gratitude message and the same from our heart. It's all two-way, never one-sided, right? So what Sheelam ji just said, right? If you are coming up ready, be prepared. The day you will feel the meditation was amazing, nothing different, but you will feel that okay, today meditation was super.
And Preeti, see who is the next participant now. Geeta ji. Okay. Now Geeta ji is going to tell us just the opposite of what we just
Let
discussed.
us wash. Let us wash.
Atmandan. And Shailesh, I will give you 2 minutes to appreciate my beauty also,
Oh
without
my
Yes,
God,
request.
you are so beautiful.
Definitely. Yes,
you
yes. I
are.
demand, I claim, I claim. So there's absolutely no
Yes,
makeup. Yes.
you are beautiful too. Absolutely.
Sir,
Beauty is
actually,
not
I'm
a
You are
definition.
more
beautiful just the
beautiful
way you
than
are.
I can imagine. So you can't imagine that. I'm
Hmm.
more beautiful than my own imagination.
Beautiful.
Your imagination doesn't go there.
Wonderful. Babaji is here, right here. Oh, yes, 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 yes.
You are free
Babaji,
from all the suffering of, doing external things. Go to the parlor, do facial, and then do the dye, and then everything. A lot of, time spent time in putting bindi, kajal, everything, right?
Yeah. You, Geeta ji, you are another definition of beauty as well. Yes. So
yes,
we are all
thank you very
proud
much.
of
Thank you
you.
very much. And
Absolutely.
just Sheelamji, just see the difference between our responses. When Shailesh sir said that you are looking radiant, you're looking beautiful, instead of saying thank you, you were saying that it's your beauty which is reflecting on me. The moment you just say thank you, you accept that you are very beautiful. So I would request you to say thank you, accept the compliments which you deserve.
Uh, Today
Yeah.
you deserve a big hug, Geeta ji.
Thank you.
you.
Thank you. But there must be
Every
something
time you
up
do,
there now.
but yeah.
The moment you see my name, that both of you join your hands. I do not
You
know
know,
what kind of fact is this. But now coming to the point,
Hmm.
I think in our group, when I've seen Shailesh sir repeating to many participants, many masters, that you are not truly getting the
Hmm.
meaning of this chapter.
Hmm.
So I have got some lines. I think this is like that checklist which we have when we try to go on a travel and we say that, okay, this thing is covered, this thing is covered.
Hmm.
Here, it is written that you decide what your experiences are to be, and that is what you have. So the point is, am I taking the responsibility for my decision or not? This is what I feel, which we all need to write somewhere. Am I taking the responsibility for whatever experience I'm having in my life?
Hmm. Hmm.
There are many possibilities. If I am not taking responsibility, I'm just enjoying to cling to that story and being in that victim mode.
Hmm.
On Sunday, when
Hmm.
there were no questions, Shaileji, you said that, okay, now I will ask you how your definition of forgiveness has changed, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
So probably mine was a second hand raised, but later I realized one lady explained it very wonderfully
Hmm.
when she said that I have come out, but this thing will empower you, will take you out of the victim mode.
Hmm.
I think many of the masters, before putting anything here in this session, this is what needs to be checked. Am I taking the responsibility for the experience which I've had because it was my decision to have that? And the other lines following this are more powerful. No one can interfere with you. No one has ever interfered with you. So whatever you're talking about, the past, the inner child traumas, nothing had ever interfered when I was young. And the most powerful line, that even God does not interfere with your free will.
Hmm.
So let's not make stories about soul plaza, because I was totally confused. We were going to astral planes and all that, which I do not understand. You can say, here comes a student who has not covered the entire syllabus, but life can be so simple that I can check myself, not testing exactly. I can check whether I am sticking to this part, whether I'm owning the responsibility for my experiences. And secondly, if I have to change those experiences, it is also given that you change your thoughts and say that I have made a mistake in my thinking to allow you to seemingly hurt me.
Hmm.
So if
Seemingly
you
is
feel
important
hurt,
there.
yes, yes.
Seemingly is very important there. Hmm.
If you are feeling, it's you who is seemingly hurt, whether it was your childhood, whether it was with your ex partner or whatever. So now you are taking the responsibility for that experience, and you are telling yourself, I am telling myself that I had made a mistake. And I think the way to the solution starts with, first of all, recognizing that there was a mistake. Unless one admits that there was a mistake, we never move towards a solution.
Hmm.
That's
Correct. Is yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
Perfect. Absolutely
If
yes.
today also, if you are saying that something was happening, that means you are still clinging to that. Attachment is there. In my life also, I am attached to certain things. But my biggest takeaway last year was when Shailesh sir, he shook me up and he was talking about himself. That who told you to be the judge? That too without salary. Now you have started enjoying that. Nobody gives you salary for that. You want to spend time, you want to spend your energy. And I think the moment we realize all these things, half of the time we will not even be speaking about all these things. Because,
Yes. Yeah.
thank you so much.
Yeah, yeah, wonderful. Thank you for sharing, Geeta ji. And these are all the important things that we are learning in this through this book, right? And at times you will see that I pick up information from outside the book just to complete the context of some things being said there, right? Just to create a context. So today, when I talked about this astral plane aspect of that, because soul plan was to be understood properly. Okay, The
Uh,
soul plan thing is, it's not the destiny. That's why I wanted to make it very clear that we should stop using it in those respects. Understanding that is very important, because the thing is, this is information age. We hear so much information from all around us, and that kind of adds to what we are learning today. And to me, that is pollution. And we need to remove the pollution and keep ourselves clear of the simple, very simple concept being taught here. Just be love.
Just be loved.
Right? Yes. And that changes everything within us.
And for that, of course, this 24 weeks, uh, I think the first part, the first 7 chapters, they are the ones where you try to validate whether your belief system in which you had been living till now serves you or not. Because
Yes.
truly speaking, I do not know whether Robert Schwartz, who told him about the soul plans, but I would say his theory seems to give you peace. Because otherwise, you think that the world is that there's no justice, and you don't feel that peace. Whereas when this book says that you don't have to feel peace, you are peace yourself.
Yes.
You are peace. You are love. So,
Yes. Yeah.
and the moment you keep on repeating these things, I think I'm putting in this thing as my belief system, myself. Whatever society fed me, I'm trying to remove that by making some efforts, and I'm trying to create a new belief system for myself.
Which is perfectly okay. People may not have noticed this thing, but in a very subtle way, this book has changed our concept of God also. Nobody would have realized this thing. Our concept of God is being very beautifully, very lovingly changed. Remember that. So by the time we finish this 24 weeks, we would have understood our own new definition of God.
Sir, exactly
Right?
1 year ago, I was sitting in Bhopal attending that Seth Wisdom workshop offline. So there also it was about your creations.
Yes.
So for me, this thing came as a repetition, and I think uh, the dots are joining. Everybody's dots will be joining in a unique manner.
Yes.
Nobody's
Yes.
dots are to be considered superior or whatever, because
Yeah.
I think 1 or 2 days ago you were mentioning to someone that I am also a very, I mean, just a human being, just like you.
Yeah,
If you like
exactly.
something about me, you are
Yes.
free to adopt that.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Loving something hard.
Yeah.
So one can always exercise free will to take up some habits which you like in other
Yes.
persons.
Yes.
If you don't like something and you feel that this is probably is hurtful, you can change that.
Also, sometimes when someone says, well, I don't like this aspect of it, there is a purpose for that also. There's a reason for that also. Their inner guidance is telling that I don't like this, means what? That there is still some work to be done in that area for them. That's why they will not accept it till that lesson is learnt. You understand?
Just like my
So
makeup.
our not liking something has a purpose, right? So I have now learned to accept all aspects of everything. That's what makes this whole universe complete, right? We are all unique gems in this universe, special. No one like us. Each one of us is like that, right? And we are contributing to this entire existence in our own special way. We are unique expressions of what we call as God, right? And together we are making this entire existence beautiful, right? That's how we are.
It's very beautiful.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Geeta ji. Thank you for this lovely discussion.
I think somebody
Okay.
would make that beautiful poster type of thing, na? like Preeti ji puts that thing, have you done meditation or have you done this thing today or all days of the week? I think here we should have that question. Have you started owning the responsibility for your experiences? We are into the second week for this chapter.
You
So
are
let's
a, you are a hard taskmaster, Geeta ji. You are a very hard taskmaster.
I think teachers become like that.
अभी तो हम लोग baby steps ले रहे हैं. We are just taking baby steps. So we will come to that stage also sometime soon. Yes, we will.
I think the bar should be kept there only. Even if you're taking baby steps, the bar is there. So
Yes,
we
yes, I
remind
agree.
everybody that this is, yeah.
I agree. I fully agree.
We're not going to
Absolutely.
lower the bar because we have started taking baby steps.
No. We are simply saying that, well, okay, that's where we have to reach. But now, right now, take this one step. Right?
Right. Thank you, and apologies if something
No.
was
Nothing
hurtful.
to apologize. No.
There's so many masters, so they should not feel that.
No.
Your
Everyone is
your
human.
sharing is top class.
Mm.
You're sharing
Thank
wisdom
you.
with the
Thank
past
you.
experience. You are sharing wisdom, right? So that is like a motivation, inspiration, the gradual, the progress where we reach ultimately.
Yes.
And it
Again, those
continues.
lines
Even
which
next
I
year,
have
you will
got.
say the deeper aspect of it. So it's
Correct.
continuous process.
Old habits die hard, but we have to stop being slaves to our habits. No, we have made the habits. So
Yes.
one option is that we can go on keeping those habits with us, or we may shed. Hai na?
Yes.
We
Yes.
can make efforts to change the habit. Thank
Absolutely.
you
And
so much.
we are all in that direction. And all
Yes.
the masters who are joining regularly every day with so much dedication and patience, they are actually they are very I would say goal oriented people. They are going to make very good success. I am so certain about that because they are putting in their 100%, right? Each one of them is putting in their 100%, and eventually we will all reach wherever this course wants us to go. So I am very confident of that.
So
Yeah.
this first part is like, the 7 weeks. It makes us a total different person, and that's when we become a creator. So after correcting thoughts, that is the next chapter. Once we learn that, now we know that we invited somebody, that now we first release ourselves from that trauma. And then we go to the next step where we correct our thoughts and we start taking responsibility. So
Yeah.
that is when we can ask, okay, are you ready to take your responsibility? Where are you right now? So wait for that moment. Just now I remembered Tulsi, the like, first dhyan, then you do the manifestation. So dhyan means you really connect with yourself. You become your higher self, then you become a true creator. So next 7 weeks we'll learn that.
Yes. When your
Thank you so much.
child becomes responsible enough, then you get them married.
And then you become everything, that the children is that the universe.
Yeah,
Connect
that's
with
what.
everything. That's the
Yeah,
third part.
when they get married, they become creators. They create troubles. Good, very good. Thank you, masters. We will get together again tomorrow and continue this session again. Please bring your questions. If there is anything that we can do to help your experience, we will be very happy to help you. So thank you. We'll get together again.
Thank you.